like living in the US really like actually it really like boosts my self-confidence because something I learned that in the US that's different from most Asian country is nobody really give a squat like if you wear a certain thing or you like do something like not too different, but like if you like a little bit different they would like just still be nice and they won't care that much because since everybody is everything is so diverse there.
You're tuning into the Fox and Burger podcast, where we bring you closer to the Asian side of the furry fandom, one episode at a time. I'm your host, Michael the Matcha Fox, and today we're back in Vietnam with Pop. In this episode, we talked about what it was like flying all the way to America for college, how to fit in and find your confidence in a foreign country, and ultimately how to stop global warming. We're really excited to bring Pop on the pod, so sit back, relax, enjoy some banseo, and enjoy the episode. Okay, welcome Pop to the podcast.
Oh my god, hi. I'm in the podcast.
You're in the podcast, how do you feel?
This place could be a little bit more clean, but anyway.
Yeah, we should have vacuumed before you came here, sorry.
It's a really messy studio, god.
It was not my Paul's Burger's fault.
Yeah, I'm here. Wow, glad to be here.
Yeah, so as always, tell us your name, your persona, and where you come from.
All right, my name is Pop Too Hot. My persona is a donkey, hee-haw, with Ed Sheeran hair.
Hee-haw.
And I'm from Vietnam. Woo!
Are you really hot though? Like I just had to ask, are you actually that hot?
I'm pretty hot. Some would say too hot. That's why I earned my name.
I believe you.
Oh, you believe me, all right. Once you see me.
Yeah, this is funny because like I met Pop through Peach. Maybe we can flash Peep's face on the screen. I think Peach was a guest back in 2022, I want to say. I think it was 2022, so like a year ago, I guess. I think just over time, I was just talking to Peach, like, hey, do you want to play Overwatch? And then we lost contact. And then like, hey, do you want to play Overwatch again? And then he was like, oh, like, can I invite Pop or do you want to join like Pop server? I was like, yeah, sure. And then, you know, lo and behold, like it's like a rabbit hole. I went into your server and then like we made like another server. So like it's all, I don't know, it's all been kind of a blur.
It is. Wow. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Peach. Let's go. Thank you for the shout out. I wouldn't be on this record without him.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in the Pop server who like welcomed me because again, I only joined like 2-3 months ago. I was like, I have no idea what this place is. How about our next question? How did you join the fandom?
Ooh, man, how did I join the fandom? It's actually quite funny and vaguely like a bit selfish, but come on, I was like 14. So basically, I was consuming somewhat furry content and then I kind of want to get a commission since I saw a commission but I didn't know really how commission worked before, so I was like, oh my god, can you draw me for free? And like of course they said no. So then like, man, I really want like some commission or like some art, and then I got the brilliant idea of drawing it myself. Wow, no way.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're one of the few people who does that because I feel like most people don't actually do that. Oh, hey, like I want a free commission. I don't get one, and then like I guess I'm just gonna learn how to art.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Wait, I can just do it myself and do it for free.
Yeah.
And I got like a really childish thought when I first do that. I was like, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna give out free commission. Unlike these selfish artists. I was so wrong.
Yeah. I mean, at least you're honest. I mean, like, well, asking for free art is probably not a good thing, but learning how to be an artist, I mean, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, always got that Sigma grind set, you know?
Yeah, I definitely know. Where does your persona come from, though? Like, does he have a backstory? Is it okay to call him a he, or am I wrong?
Yeah, his pronoun is he/ha.
He/ha.
I kind of want to go back on where did I start my furry thingy first for a bit, because I started to post my furry art on a now closed furry group on Facebook, and people said they really like it, and so I just keep going deeper and deeper in there. And then the Facebook group died because something I'm not sure. And then I started to branch out on other social media. That was high school. Yep, that's it. So my persona, he's also is kind of random the way he before Desmond the donkey, I have a white cat that is my main persona. But one day, on I think it's 2020, I draw a donkey guy for like the fall themes, just like a fall theme drawing, and then I set him as my profile picture because it was fall, man.
So wait, are you saying your persona was drawn like in a picture with your original persona?
No, they were not. They were literally they were like just a like one time like drawing for like it's just an autumn theme drawing.
Okay.
So I set it as my profile picture for the autumn theme, and then I forgot to pull it down after autumn, and then that's like after that is when my account start to rack in followers and it start to go up. So everyone just start to like relate all the art with this specific donkey. I also want to shout out either my friend Ryan or my other friend Furry for making me to like I think one of them tell me to draw him again since I blow up after that, and then I did, and then it's just he have a full rev, and he just became my main persona.
So you're saying like you just randomly drew like for like an autumn theme, you randomly drew a donkey, and I guess like the colors really matched, and then you forgot to take the profile picture down, and then like it just suddenly became your persona.
Yeah, like like the donkey choose me. Actually, I didn't choose the donkey.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is the appropriate use of that phrase. So,
yeah, the donkey life choose me. So like, and my old persona just slowly die off. I stopped drawing them, and then I was like, donkey got.
So your donkey, the donkey's persona's name. What is it again? Like, is it Pop or is it like what is it?
His name is Desmond, but
because it's D Desmond Donkey. Is that you're trying to go for alliteration or something?
Oh man,
no,
I would take credit for that because that made me sound really smart. Yes, that was the intention.
You're now smart
from the beginning. Okay. Yeah, so his name is Desmond. The polite donkey is his full like quote unquote. But I recently make a furry ID which have his face on it. So I name him Desmond. Last name Pop Too Hard. So his full name, government issued name is Desmond Pop Too Hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Government issued. I love that. I don't think anyone has used that phrase on the podcast ever until now. Government issued name. All right. Well, the next question is a follow-up question actually, but why a donkey? This one comes from Mank and Sleepies. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to
You're
Sleepy.
On the podcast.
Sleepy.
Shout out to Sleepy.
Why a donkey? Man. Donkey really grow on me after Desmond, so donkey's actually pretty cute.
But you just randomly wanted to draw a donkey though, like okay. There wasn't a reason for that, like you just wanted to do like a different species.
Well, yeah, there was an actual reason because donkey is really fall autumn themey-ish. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, when you draw like pumpkin for autumn, you don't draw any fruit.
Yeah.
No one draw like a banana for autumn. Donkey just feel fit, and I just give him like Ed Sheeran orange hair and, it just go hard,
I like that because we don't see a lot of donkeys in the fandom, I feel.
We don't. Donkey are so underrated. Being a donkey really opened my eye to how cute donkey are. Hee-haw. Hee-haw, my brother. Hee-haw.
Hee-haw.
Shout out to my
But don't you think they
boy.
stink?
They do
I do remember donkeys kind of being a little bit stinky.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so you're saying you stink. All right. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
Man, what animal is not stinky from, man? Like,
I don't think a fox is stinky.
Wow, that's debatable. Let's make a poll vote for that. Let's see.
Yeah. So in our next section, we want to talk a little bit more about like where you grew up, and you are probably the third guest from Vietnam. Woo! So shout out to Snappy. Shout out to I think you're like the fourth or fifth guest because like Kusu, Bio, Snappy, and then B. So you're like the sixth guest.
Let's go.
So congratulations. You win the bronze medal for being Vietnamese.
Fourth.
So tell us where you what city you grew up and how was your childhood?
Yeah. I grew up in the good old capital. Yeah, Hanoi, of Vietnam. Shout out to anyone from the name you just list from Hanoi.
Yeah.
The OG. Yeah. I grew up pretty normal Vietnamese kids, as normal as you can get for being a furry in like 2010. I go to
pretty early, like 2010. I mean, like you were quite young, and then like that's a pretty early stage of the fandom. I feel. Not super early, but it's still early.
Yeah. To me, back when I grew up, the furry fandom in Vietnam is really barren. That's why I'm more in the western side of the fandom. I don't even know they have cons around here. They don't.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, I grew up in the capital, full-blooded Vietnamese. I hope as full-blood as you can get.
But like, did you grow up like in downtown Hanoi or like outside Hanoi?
I grew up in like I think it's pretty center, really. Yeah. In the middle of Hanoi.
So you're a city boy.
I am a city boy. I don't know is city boy derogatory? I'm not sure.
It doesn't have to be. It can sometimes be derogatory. Doesn't have to be though.
Yeah, I go to two like what do you call those, like schools that government built, like what do you call those?
Like public schools?
Oh yeah, I go to from the first grade to the ninth grade. I go to public school, and after that, my high school year is in a bilingual school, or or like not public, a private school.
But like the focus was like everyone had to speak English, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
they had to have some ability.
It was there was a more focus on English and the English like subject there, because in our system there's like a test after the secondary school period. It's an important test that will like give you the score to like go to high school, which have set score, and if you can't reach it, I don't think you can get in. I sadly only good at English, not very good at math. I can tell you, I'm not one of the
same.
Yeah, the Asian genes fail me.
Same. I wasn't good at math as a kid. I'm still not good at mental math, but I'm better now. But like after going through education, but like starting out, I was definitely not gifted in math.
Math's not
definitely not.
Yeah, you and me both. Do not let us like count your money or whatever.
Do you have like a well, actually I'll just ask the next question. I mean, what were some of the things that you did when you were young, like when you were growing up in Hanoi?
I did some normal kid stuff, like riding a bike. I was riding with my training wheel.
Did you play soccer? Did you do any sports or anything?
I did play soccer for a few. I did go to an actual soccer practice and soccer club. I was very active before secondary. I'm not sure what happened, but I just stopped being active for some reason. But I still like ride bikes, and I can rollerblade. That's neat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? I did not know that. Wow.
Well,
send a pic. It will blur your face out.
Not anymore. I had rollerblade.
Oh damn.
I got a rollerblade for my like 11th or like 12th birthday or something.
Why don't you draw yourself rollerblading, like your persona rollerblading?
That would be funny. I think I do have a character that have like permanent rollerblade on their feet. Like haven't seen.
What, Lucio? Lucio Steeler.
Oh, hey, that character probably predates.
Shout out to Overwatch. Yeah, we're not sponsored by Overwatch. Don't.
Shout out to my boy Blizzard. Overwatch 2 is a scam. Get the shit out of here.
What's his name again? Johnny Cruz.
Well, now it's owned by Xbox, so we have to shout Xbox too. And
shout out to Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft.
Totally not hashtag not an ad. Go play Overwatch 2. Hashtag not an ad.
Overwatch on Xbox Game Pass. Shout out to Bill Gates.
Shout out to Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, my boy.
I mean, hey, we're using Windows machines, so you know.
Yeah. You better hook us up with that sponsors, because this is a lot of free advertisement for no.
I know, right?
No sponsors.
So you rollerblade, you did like soccer. Did you ever play like an instrument?
I did. I played the piano before the end of secondary, because the secondary school to high school test is really important. So my parents cut piano classes for extra math class, which end up didn't do anything because I still failed.
Dang.
I didn't fail. I got low score. That's not fail, but
yeah.
Man, why do they need math so much? Come on, we have calculators. Use that. All the math all the math enthusiasts gonna come for me now. I'm sorry. I love math.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you had a pretty decent childhood. I mean, like from what you're sharing with me.
Yeah, I have a pretty childhood.
Most of your life you were in Vietnam. When did you go to America? Because I know you kept on talking like you got your bachelor's in America and you did like kind of like a fast program. So like what year did you move to America? And that was for your bachelor's, right?
I moved to the US right after high school. For my not right after, because there's a little thing happened right after I finished high school. It's called COVID-19. That thing's kind of suck for a while. So I was grounded and like not allowed to fly abroad for like a year also. So
that was like 2021 that you came to the States?
So yeah, I can check, but it's around there. It's around like April 2021 or 2022. I mean,
because like most countries were shutting down in 2020, so probably wasn't 2020. So it probably was the year after. Yeah. Hey, Taiwan let me in 2020, so shout out to Taiwan. Yeah, I'm surprised. They let me in like for my master's. They let me into the country in October 2020, despite being from the U.S. They classified the U.S. as like a high risk country. I had to quarantine. Yeah, I mean maybe I can find pictures of it later, but had to quarantine for like 2 weeks. Cost a lot of money. It wasn't subsidized for some reason, but oh well.
Well, yeah, that's the same for me when I got to the US. We didn't have to be in a quarantine zone, but we have to
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, yeah, I didn't. We have to self-quarantine in our house for like 2 weeks before we allowed to show our face in campus.
But how did you have like a relative in the US, or like did you literally just like apply for an apartment and then you just went straight like from the airport? You went from the airport to the apartment directly?
No relative, nothing at all. Balls deep. It's just on me on my own. So weren't
you scared though?
Middle of COVID.
Because like it was 2021 COVID, and like you don't even know your roommates, right? You literally just went from the airport to your apartment.
Well, I did talk to my roommate beforehand, but I don't really know them. So we did talk. And we did do a call.
Are they normies?
They are super normies. They are in music, and they are from Taiwan. Actually.
Oh, crazy!
Shout out to my Taiwan bros. He brings some good stuff with him. I didn't bring like any food.
Yeah.
But he brings some like pork floss and shrimp floss. Oh, those stuff. Bang! And he bring like chili paste and oh my god. But don't you have like chili paste in Vietnam? Yeah, I didn't bring
and pork floss in Vietnam.
I didn't bring anything. Well, their pork floss just hit different, and like.
All right.
You know, like he bring like some kind of paste that like if you add to anything, it just tastes good, like MSG or something. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to the homeboy.
Shout out to that guy.
So yeah, I think that's when I was 17, because I go there before my birthday.
Yeah, that's crazy. You went to a foreign country. I mean, you probably spoke a little bit of English before, but that's so crazy. At 17, a very young donkey you were probably in the fandom by then, I think. Is that right? Like when you were 17, you were already in the fandom?
Yeah, I was pretty deep in the fandom. I was not well known like before that.
Right.
I was dipping around like 500 followers.
Yeah.
My account was not like the way it is now.
So you were like a really young furry, and then like you were there like during COVID, and no uncles, aunts to even help you, no parents. And I'm guessing, what did you take like a taxi to get to the airport or something, or to get to the apartment or something?
Yeah, I take an Uber from the airport.
All right, wow, which is probably a lot for you.
I do have a friend that in the same school. We didn't know each other, but the only reason we know each other because we are the only two Vietnamese students that going like vaguely at the same time. But she's from Ho Chi Minh City, so like so that's the only. And I think I asked her to pick me up from the airport.
Well, that's nice. Yeah,
shout out to her. She's really cool.
So you got into a bachelor's program. Tell us more about that. What program did you get into? I
got into a computer animation program. It's basically 3D animation. So like Disney animated movie, CGI. It's all fall under the computer animation umbrella. It's supposed to be a 3 years program, but I took an accelerated course, which just delete your summer, make you take like 2 to 3 class per month instead of the standard one. So you would finish it way earlier than you would if you take like the normal, not accelerated. Because we pick accelerated because living in the US is quite expensive, and
correct.
Hanging around too long would be a lot of money. Since I was not allowed to work with my student visa. God, great.
Yeah. Unless you do it illegally, but you have to be careful about that. You can get deported. So that's very dangerous. Yeah. Don't do any illegal work. I mean, so wait, you're saying that it was originally a 3 year, but you took the accelerated, so that's 2 years. Is that right?
It turned out to be 2 years. 1 year in Vietnam, 1 year in the US, and a year I got an internship. And
Oh wait, so you started your bachelor's in I'm confused. You started your bachelor's in Vietnam for 1 year, and then you did what? 1 year in the US, and then you did the third year you did an internship?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be 2 years in the US, but COVID happened and I can't go. So I took the online version here in Vietnam.
Oh, that's what you okay. I didn't catch that part. Okay, so you did like online for like a year, you did physical for 1 year, and then you found like an internship?
Yeah, my teacher for my animation course actually offered me an internship, which extended my visa through like an internship program to another year.
Were you, by that point, when you got the internship, were you already a graduated student, or was it like they let you stay a student until you finish your visa? I mean, until you finish the internship.
Yeah, I graduated, and I did graduate, but my visa still is a student visa.
Oh, okay, that's really nice. Yeah. I mean, I think you're a hard worker then, because your teacher wouldn't give you the internship if they didn't think that you were good enough. I feel, because usually teachers wouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
And then you were able to get like experience. Like, how long was that internship? That was like what, like a year?
Almost. Yeah, I think it's almost a year, 8 months. I think. Shout out to Mr. Anthony. You really carry you carry my visa. Thank you.
Carry the team.
Yeah, and
he's the heavy in the finals, man. He carried the team.
Yeah, shout out to him.
I dare you to send this to him.
No way, because like,
come on, dude. All right,
I will send this part to him. Thank you, Mr. Anthony.
Okay.
I'm still looking for
work.
Thank
you, Mr. Anthony.
I'm not employed yet.
Please give him a job. Please
I'm
give
still unemployed.
Pop a job.
He said that he would hire me if I wasn't a foreigner, because foreigner need extra like clearance, and he don't have those.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's almost always, like, for any country, I feel it's almost always harder to hire foreigners. But there's more paperwork involved and security. Yeah,
it is such a hassle, and it made student that just graduate looking for like entry position job basically impossible, because like no one would go through all that for an entry position.
What was like your impression of America when you first landed in like the first like couple of weeks? Well, like what was on your mind?
All the stereotype thingy about America.
Like everyone's fat.
Yeah,
Everyone's fat or something. Everyone drives cars.
Well, when I first land, I was like a bit scared because the stereotype like guns
like gun violence,
and, like racism,
right.
extra racist,
yeah, racism
because of COVID. But none of that happened. Everyone was nice. Nothing too crazy happening. Like living in the US really like. Actually, it really like boosts my self-confidence because something I learned that in the US that's different from most Asian countries is nobody really give a squat. Like if you wear a certain thing or you like do something like not too different, but like if you like a little bit different, they would like just still be nice and they wouldn't care that much because since everybody is everything is so diverse there.
It's very diverse, like where I grew up in Hawaii and Texas, there was always like a mix of races. There was always like different kinds of races. And like, I never really felt that there was racism towards me growing up. And even when I went to Texas, which is a very conservative state, I never felt discriminated. Like if I would go to like McDonald's or Starbucks or like the bank or like Walmart. I mean, I can say Walmart to you, you know what that means. Like
I love Walmart.
I think it's all right. Like I want to go somewhere that's a little bit more fancy, but my parents, I come from a poor background, so it's like we always had to go to the cheapest place.
I steal bananas from Walmart.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. All right, you heard that. You're here, folks. Yeah, don't send this to if you're gonna get hired by Walmart, don't send this to Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I just admit?
Yeah, I mean, like,
did not steal from Walmart.
I mean, who knows?
That was a joke.
Yeah. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Okay, this is also ironic.
I mean, I grew up in a place where there was very little. Well, I would say there's like not really a lot of racism, despite like all the images and stereotypes that you get about the U.S. And so like I'm happy that you had the same experience because I feel like the U.S. is worth visiting and it's worth going to, right? Some people are scared about the issues going on, but I think that. It's more complicated than that. It's a pretty big country. It's a pretty
really
diverse country.
Depend on where you at and like at what time and like like even like go down to the district. It's really different. Like I don't feel too far away from home since I'm close to a Vietnamese/Asian like district. So like anything that I got here, it's still here. I can still get it just for like an insane price. Like, come on.
Believe it or not, like that was like, were you surprised that we had like a lot of like Asian grocery stores or Asian restaurants? Were you surprised by that?
I consume a lot of Western media. That's make me kind of weird in secondary school. But the one thing I was surprised that like the Asian street that I was close by was very Vietnamese like dominant. Like wow, like to a crazy extent. Like there's Vietnamese word everywhere. There's like a whole street just Vietnamese stuff. I was like, dang.
But did you feel at home? I mean, like, did you go there and speak Vietnamese to them?
I did not. I did not because they speak Southern Vietnamamese, which is the Ho Chi
like
Minh.
Different dialect.
It's not different dialect. They have accents, but I didn't really because like the Vietnamese in the U.S. are usually people that fled the country in like back in the war, so they don't really are in that good term with the current Vietnam. So I'd rather
because like you're from the north, right?
I'm from the north and I'm from Vietnam. They fled Vietnam, so
right. But don't you think that they like because you came to the U.S. to study, so don't you think that they'd be nicer to you?
Well, when I actually speak to some people, they was nice. They said that I did meet and talk to like a few of them because they kind of recognized that I was Vietnamese, but the way I like act is different from like an American Vietnamese. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
agreed.
They could really like tell. They would strike up conversation. Yeah, that's a thing too. Like American loves small talk. Man,
I mean, why do you think I poke you every now and then? And like, we're on Discord. I talk a lot. I think I talk, well, maybe not the most in your group, but like I definitely like poke you a lot.
Yeah, that's a really
because I'm just there to talk. Yeah, like like it's just yes. Yeah.
I like the little culture, the small talk culture.
Yeah. So you're saying small talk is not a big thing in Vietnam? Is that what you're saying?
I would say so. Maybe it's just me being weird, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, small talk was. I was not really like. I would not strike up conversation if I stand in
Yeah.
line here in Vietnam. Like it would be.
Yeah.
I would get looked. It's very judgy here.
Yeah, I'm told that it is not a thing in most Asian countries. Like I think Japan, you're not. It's weird to do it. In Taiwan, it's a little bit weird. Like I did it a little bit today, like with the person I bought my MacBook Pro. So it was like a third party reseller, and we're just talking about my accent because he was saying that like my Mandarin sounds like I speak like a Hong Konger, and so like we had like a short conversation, but nothing more than like a few minutes. I mean, I'm also not there to waste their time. You know, they're doing work and like, you know, they have other customers. But in general in Taiwan, like, yeah, you're not supposed to like, you know, strike up a conversation. But like I remember like when I went back to the US in October of last year, just like with the cashier or something like that. Like if you have like a lot of stuff at Walmart, if you have like over 20 items, like not 2 or 3, but like 20 or 30 items, maybe you're buying your groceries for the week. Like you could probably talk to your cashier for at least a couple of minutes to, you know, because like they're probably busy scanning, but they still have like a little bit of time to talk with you for at least a couple of minutes. I don't think they're gonna think it's that weird if you talk to them. If you only have like 2 items, like, you know, it might be weird, but if you have like 20 plus items, I think it's fine.
Yeah, that's some of the good part of Vietnam, man.
Yeah.
Another like crazy culture shock. Like we talk about the good part of the US. Now the bad parts: tipping
All right.
and taxes. Like
I hate tipping.
I
really hate tipping.
I don't really enjoy tipping. Like I guess it's like you like, oh, the waiter did a good job. Like here's 10%. But man, like God, they're just stand there waiting for me to like circle the 15% and like just wait. And I have to do math to add my 10%. Why can't I just round 10%?
Yeah, unless it's like an iPad thing, which is usually automatic. Like if it's like at a sit down restaurant and they don't have an iPad, yeah, they kind of expect you to like,
God, I can't escape
to do
math.
to do the math.
And it's like when I have a meal and like, oh, it's a 15.35. How 10% of
usually you can round. You can usually round. Like I usually have my calculator out at that point, but you can like you don't have to do like you can do a whole number like a $3, $4, $5 tip. You don't have to do like 350, 360.
Yeah, if we order the same item with my friend, I just copy their homework.
Yeah, basic. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a fan of tipping. We shouldn't really get into it too much, but you know, it is something that a lot of people complain about the US. But this is the part where I'm like, yeah, like it's a good complaint. Like it's something that I think it was supposed to be like a good reward for people, you know, if you did a good job. But now it's like expected that you have to tip. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't how it was supposed to be at first.
Yeah, it's called a tip. Yeah, it's really that's the only weird part. And taxes, something that just sometimes like the thing is like $1 and then taxes just make it go up to like 4.
Well, it depends on what you want to buy, because if it's like Coke, it says $1, it might be like $1.10 or $1.20.
Yeah, that's the only two things. And like converting the money, like when I first got there, I still converting the US dollar into like Vietnamese money, which make everything like crazy expensive. $1 for a can of Coke, no way. But then I start to
which is already cheap for American standards, but I'm guessing it's like cheaper in Vietnam. Well, how much is like? Well, let's just say like, I don't know, how much is in a can of Coke? Is it like 300 mils or 400 mils?
Like for a standard can of Coke? Yeah, I think it would be
is
like
it 300
50
mils?
cent. Yeah, I would say 50 cent, like half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just, okay, so 12 fluid ounces is what in milliliters, so you can understand. You probably don't understand fluid ounces. 350 milliliters, and you're saying 50 cents for that. Yeah, that is slightly cheaper than Taiwan. Taiwan is like 70 cents USD, maybe 80, maybe more like 80 nowadays. Yeah, but yeah, the Philippines is cheap too. Like Coke is really cheap in the Philippines, so I think Vietnam and the Philippines are pretty comparable in terms of price.
There is like trade to that, because if I buy any like electronics here, like in the US, it would be cheaper, way cheaper. Like I bought my Quest 2 and it's like so much more marked up here.
Yeah, I don't know why electronics are cheaper in the US, but I will admit that like they get deeper discounts because I thought electronics would be cheaper in Taiwan because some of the chips are made here, but they're like the same price as the US, if not a little bit more expensive. But Taiwanese people like less than Americans. So I'm like, how does this compute? Is like how, if you buy like a $3,000 gaming computer, it's like you just bankrupt yourself in Taiwan. Like how could you, it's something that you better hold on for a long time or something.
I guess that like design in California thing really like worth something, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, it could be a tax thing. I have no idea, so like I don't know. The next question is about the biggest difference between living in America and living in Vietnam. What would you say? Like, let's just say one example. What's the biggest thing?
The biggest thing? Daylight saving time. That was
really
first time I
daylight saving
that.
time. Spring forward, fall back. Do you remember that? Spring forward, fall back.
The day I show up at class, I was like, oh, it's 8. No, it's actually 9 and you're late.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean it's 9? But at some point my phone start to adjust to it and it's automatically change time. So that's nice.
Correct.
My digital clock that I have with my alarm, I have like a small clock for like so I can put it in next to my face. I don't use my phone. That thing is so unreliable.
Yeah.
So it doesn't change, so it's still the same time. I could be late.
Yeah.
It's not
a lot of phones nowadays will do that. Some digital clocks don't do it. Sometimes there's a setting, sometimes there's not. Otherwise, you have to just reset it manually. But yeah, it's kind of a stupid thing. I think daylight saving, like it's not just America. Some parts of Canada does it. I think some parts of some parts of Europe to do it. But yeah,
I know. But I think it's a blessing and a curse because someday I'll be wake up and it's like, oh, I have to wake up now. Oh wait, no, it's 7. I can sleep for another hour.
Yeah. That's true. That's
so funny. Daylight saving time is something else, I would say.
Our last question in this section is this one is actually that I wanted to ask you and then Sleepy wanted to ask you. So Sleepy gets 2 questions. Congratulations, Sleepy. Is it your ultimate goal to live in the US, like permanently settle there, become a citizen?
I would say I'm still pretty like early in my life and
you are.
Yeah, so I would like.
I mean, you're younger than me by a lot.
I would like to attempt that if I can, cause there's some like mentally I feel like there's like there will be a certain time where I have to settle down and I can't like try anything anymore. So I would say I would like to live in the US if I can and attempt to do that. And yeah, maybe for 10 years, because like by the time I'm 30 I would gain more experience in life and I would like really know what I want to do to like move back, or I will get the option to keep staying here and pursue what I want to pursue when I'm there. So if I'm gonna like so basically that I have a very loose plan to open up for my future self by like, sacrificing a few years of here doing something. It's
you mean you here as in like Vietnam, like you'll do some stuff in Vietnam, is that what you mean?
If all the plan of moving back to the US, because I feel like man, I don't really know what to say. Actually, I do want to go back to the US. The US, I still want to explore it, and there's just something about it,
It's a big country.
Like some like I just want to go back and keep like hanging with my friend. Most of my friends are there. There's friends in Vietnam too, but it's my home. So I can go back at any time. It's like it's like when you go to like an open world, like a fantasy open world.
Yeah.
It's not something you're familiar with, so it's a clean slate. You can like gain completely new like thing, and I guess there's more to Asia, in Southeast Asia. I still haven't explored, but I don't know. That's just something.
If you really don't mind, it's if you don't mind me cutting in, and I'm kind of gonna probably say this because I'm a little bit biased towards Asia right now. But if you really can afford to stay, or if you are able to stay in Vietnam for at least another year, I think you should try to hit up some of the Asian cons at least like a couple times per year or maybe 3 times per year because you don't know when you're going to go back to Vietnam though, right? Like if you go to the US, I feel like you're going to be there for a long time.
I don't know. Like the plan for me is to stay in the US is staying in the US is an insanely hard like thing to do. So
Yeah.
it will be more likely I stay here like forever than actually able to settle in the US. That's my goal, but you know, my other goal is to become a Disney animator, but come on now. Realistically speaking, that's
You can try.
I can try, yeah, but it's pretty hard. So
Well, I just want to finish my thought. I was just gonna say like there's still like a lot of like the furry fandom, and there's still a lot of like non-furry things to do in Asia. That's one of the main reasons why I'm here. But I totally understand where you're coming from. Where it's like to me, Asia was a new world. Asia is like currently like present tense. It is a new world to me. And I totally agree with like that open world fantasy kind of like feeling of like there's just so many things to explore and do. I mean, I'm heading to Vietnam at the end of this month. I'm gonna, we didn't reveal it to the audience yet, but I will actually meet. We'll actually meet Pop at Thaitails, and I think you want your face blurred, right? But he may or may not be in a vlog in the future. So spoilers, or who knows when this episode is gonna come out. But yeah. So I mean, well, actually, I think by the time this episode comes out, people probably know who you are. But anyway, so like, there's just a lot of things to explore. That's the point I'm trying to get at. Like, I would still take advantage of where you are. Like, you are not too far from Thailand. You're not too far from like Malaysia. You're not too far from the Philippines. Do what I do and just explore Asia a little bit more. And then like, whenever you're ready to make the trip, or if something just happens where you have a job in America, I mean, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. You're right.
You are young though. You are very young, so like you have a lot of time to kind of like play with, I feel.
Yeah, this age is the age to making insane and wild bad decisions. So
yeah, I discovered Asia when I was like 23, I think 22, 23, like my early 20s, and like I liked it so much that I came back like when I was like 27, like for my master's. So life is worth exploring. To kind of summarize, I mean, you can definitely do stuff like here while you're in Asia, and then America can be the place that you go back to. But yeah, I do agree that like America, it really is like the land of opportunity. Even if that seems like an old-fashioned notion by this point, but I think you would also get along with like Kofu. Kofu was one of our Taiwanese guests. You probably haven't seen the episode. He became an American citizen. Like, he was born and raised in Taiwan, then he became an American citizen, and he is probably going to settle there. Like, he is probably never going to go back to Taiwan permanently. He's probably gonna be there. Like, he lives in North Carolina, so if you ever go to like FWA for a week in Atlanta, he'll probably go if you ever want to meet with him.
Living my best life. I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's a hero, I feel. Like, in Taiwan, he's well known. In the East Coast of the US, he's pretty fairly known, I think. But like he was one of those people who's like, he got citizenship, and he said like, I'd like it more in America, and I'm gonna visit my relatives and family in Taiwan, but he's pretty well established. So shout out to Kofu. We're doing like 100 shout outs in this episode.
Oh my god, this is the shout out episode, man.
Yeah, this is the shout out episode. Yeah, like I'm having fun already. I guess that answers the question. Like, is there anything else you want to add before moving on to the next section, or
not really. Shout out to the Earth. Shout out to
thank you Earth, thank you Mother Earth.
Every other country. That's my plan. So
let's go on to our next section. We start this off by our favorite friend and cat, Bean. He is the world's greatest recycle bin. He says, what made you interested in art in the first place? This is also one of the questions we originally had. So thank you, Ben, for the question.
Thank you, Ben. Well, besides the selfish reason of wanting free art,
yeah,
I think because of the media, but the media back then I consume have a lot of furries. And it basically, the two fandom I was in are Zootopia. Well, not Zootopia, like Undertale. Yeah.
So is it, you're saying Undertale was more of an influence than Zootopia on you?
I would say so. Wow. one of my favorite YouTuber back then was Jacksepticeye, and his
Oh yeah, the Irish guy, right?
the top of the morning guy, and
yeah.
his game, like his whole like gameplay series of Undertale just changed the course of my life forever, man.
I'm surprised. I don't know much about him, but I just know he's a big thing.
He was really big back in. Oh my god, I always have a dream to go to Comic-Con and meet him. That was crazy.
Oh yeah. I've been to a couple Comic Cons, yeah. Not the San Diego one, but like the other branch ones, yeah.
But Comic-Con
cool
was
people.
such a pipe dream back then. It was so far away. I don't even know where it is. Like I don't even know where.
Well, there's
California
multiple.
is. There is.
It's probably the
multiple.
one. You probably think the San Diego. You're probably thinking the San Diego one. I think.
Yeah, it's either the San Diego one or the PAX one. Yeah, but basically,
PAX,
basically, Undertale fandom was so. I think it's just a transition from the Undertale fandom to the furry one.
I want to meet Toby Fox. You talked about Jacksepticeye, but what about Toby Fox?
Toby Fox was the guy that made the game.
And you say you don't want to meet him. You don't want to like talk to him about like art or music or anything.
You know, he is.
I mean, he's a fox, so like I support him.
Biased, very biased.
I'm biased. Shout out to Toby Fox.
Shout out to Toby Fox. He makes like some of the craziest music ever. I love his all of his song from Undertale and Deltarune. Mm-hmm. His art is something really unique. Very indie core.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, but he's kind of mysterious and like not really present.
Very like, he's not very public.
Every time I heard Toby Fox, it's like he promoting a rhythm game that he somehow put Megalovania in, like in Japan, and he's like voicing a random cartoon character. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't. He does voices. He actually does voice it. I did not know that.
Yeah, he show up so random sometimes. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I actually made a song for Pokemon Sword and Shield. By the way, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, cool guy.
Cool beans. He made the game that changed my life.
You got into art mainly because of Undertale, like to kind of like.
Yep, I start my art journey from drawing sands.
Really.
From Undertale, and then slowly drawing Asriel, and then slowly just start drawing furries.
I like Fallen Reprise. That's all I gotta say. I love Fallen Reprise. If you get the well, it's not really reference, but I like that.
Yeah.
I also like Dog Song. Dog Song. Like when I heard it, I was like, because it's like a ragtime based kind of song. Fallen Reprise. I love the second half of it. We're kind of geeking about Undertale for a second, but. Yeah, shout out to Undertale.
Shout out to Undertale. Somehow Stan got into Smash. That's insane.
No way. I that's news to me. I guess I live under a rock. I think I heard.
Stan was. Wait,
you said like the newest Smash?
Yes, the newest one.
Like the current version.
He's not like a character. He was a Mii costume.
Okay.
So like a Mii shooter costume. But he's in it. He got his face, his sweater, the whole thing, just Sans with a gun.
So the next question we have here is like a lot of Asian furries, you know, they tend to draw in the kimono style. Like I'm thinking of like, do you know Geppe by any chance? Geppe and KC? How about I send it to you on Telegram and like you tell me if you have seen their art before.
Okay.
Just make sure no one's around you.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, Geppe is not safe for work.
What are you sending me? Oh my god. It's so big.
So you've never seen this artist like this person's art before and all that?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. It's so big joke is actually it's just loaded.
Yeah.
It is pretty big. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, are you making a joke? And then apparently you weren't, and now you are.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, what about him again?
He's a Japanese artist. He draws in the kimono style, but like, you know, we're just curious, or at least I'm curious, like how come you don't draw in the same style similar to that?
Okay, I guess it's because my influence, the furry that I was like exposed to is really it's different. It's mostly Western artists, and that's why it picked it up. Like I didn't saw it. Like I was not really like seeing a lot of kimono and like furry art from Asia back then, one of my biggest like art inspiration is Kokodo. Do you ever know that guy? You know Kokodo?
Can you send we're kind of getting to the next question, but yeah, can you send their Twitter? I'm sorry, X, formerly known as Twitter, so we don't get demonetized.
Shout out to X. I mean Twitter. I mean X.
Shout out to X.
Yeah. So
I love you, Elon Musk.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far. But look, is the link? Look at the link. It's https twitter.com. Come on.
Wow.
We didn't even change that.
Kokodope. Okay, so this guy is what, from the US?
Is from the US. I actually meet him. I was geek out.
Oh, cool.
I was being kind of awkward and funny because he literally like made my whole art career basically.
Wow. You're saying that this is like your main art inspiration.
One of the biggest art inspiration. I saw his art from really young, so it made a really big impression of the way, like, the whole vibe and the, like, all that thing, you know?
I can kind of see. He likes to do a lot of autumn colors, like browns, I feel.
I think that's also integrated in my brain. That's too.
Yeah.
His older art is more, like, I'm more looking into his older art. This is his newest, newer way of doing it. But yeah, basically, like, more Western artists and more Western style just develop my art differently.
Which is not a bad thing. Yeah, we were just curious, or at least I was just curious about that. Okay.
Yeah, so, and also my art, like, the scenery and all the other thing I draw is very, like, suburban US, like, suburban kind of.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling, kind of.
Yeah, not really Asia.
But have you ever thought about like drawing kimono style at least once? Like I would even commission you if you were able to do it.
I don't know if I can. I'm not sure. This style is just like, it's just too ingrained. I'm not sure how to even start drawing those. I think I can learn it, but my style is more loose and sketchy based. I don't know if it fit a kimono style.
I just want to give a shout out to, was it Zolfarius, because he was the one who technically asked this question, so we'll pop up Zolfarius's we'll pop up his name, and thank you for answering the question, or thank you for asking the question, because that's a pretty standard question we like to ask, but that's cool. I'm glad that you got to meet him, because we've had that happen a few times on the podcast where someone gets to meet like their senpai. Like I can't really name names right now, but I think like Cheetah Paws at one point, like, do you remember Cheetah Paws, the Singaporean artist?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so he'll be there at Thaitails, I'm pretty sure. I can introduce you to him. So like, you have like, there's going to be a lot of guests. There's going to be at least like, well, because we interviewed the con chair and the co-con chair of Thaitails, so like, there's at least like 4 or 5 guests from the pod who's gonna, who will be there. Yeah, Cheetah Paws will be there. He mentioned in his episode he had like art senpais like when he was like younger, I guess, or when he started out. And then when he became more established, I think he did eventually get to contact those people, which is kind of cool because, like, people, well, at least from my impression is that people really, really love Cheetah Paws' art. And then it's just really crazy to see how this, one guy interacts with his senpai. So, there's all that. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of cool. Like I guess you were geeking out when you get to see your senpai, the was it Kokodo guy?
Yeah, Kokodo guy. He was cool. He was
dope.
He was dope. He was like, just like his art. Man, the two times I got to see him, one time he had his hair like, and the next time I saw him, he's like all like bald, and I was like, oh, nice hairstyle, and he's like, yeah,
nice hair.
I like it breezy.
He looks like that kind of guy. Yeah.
It's like in the span of a month and a half, he changed his hairstyle from like normal like cool flowy hair to bald.
Yeah,
because he liked it like that.
So, like, in total, you lived in the U.S. for 2 years. Is that correct?
Yep, 2 years.
During those 2 years, I'm pretty sure you've been to conventions, and you probably mentioned, like, this to me a few times, but, like, what convention did you go to that you liked the most, and can you share, like, at least one funny or interesting story?
I think the convention I go through, the best one, it's really close between FWA and AC.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you have been to FWA?
Yeah,
so
I have been.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you probably you probably saw Kofu at one point, but you just didn't know who he was.
Yeah, basically.
Anyway.
Yeah, but I go to FWA with my homeboy donkey, my fellow donkey, Azel. I call him Azel, but I guess it's Azel.
Homeboy donkey. Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy.
You're on TV.
Yeah, the only reason I was able to go to FWA is because of him. He tanked the whole room. Thank you.
Oh, wait, he paid for the whole room.
To my memories. I hope it's not.
Wow,
faulty.
Nice guy. Very nice guy.
He is. He's so cool.
Well, he probably knew that, you know, like, I don't know if he's rich, but he probably knew that, you know, you were a student. So
yeah, like, he was so cool, man. Azel is just so awesome, and like, the only reason like we even know each other is because I'm a donkey, and he just reached out to me. And he's like, oh my god, wow. Donkey. And then, oh my god, you want to go to FWA? I was like, what? No way. And then I also get to meet the reason that FWA is really cool, because I get to meet one of my best homeboy, another best homeboy, Ryan. And yeah, it was a really cool con. And I like how all the hotel connecting through like a tunnel system, so you don't even have to go outside.
Wait, you're talking about FWA or AC?
FWA.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is a tunnel. Okay. I haven't been. I mean, I've only been to one American con, one American fur con.
Not a tunnel system, but like it's a bridge
like
system.
Underground?
No, it's a bridge system that just link everything together. Okay. And also link to a mall. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But that's AC, a really cool though, thing. AC is also really freaking cool, because I get to see the freaking parade. I never seen so much fursuit in my life. It was like, there was more like artist booth than any ever. Like, there's so much furries. Like,
they're huge. I've only been to TFF and like the artist alley / dealer stand, whatever. I still don't even know the difference to this day, but like the ones in like Taiwan or like Thailand or Japan, like they're sizable, but they are small compared to like the stuff you see in America.
Yeah, AC is truly living up to like, it's like the flagship FurryCon like status, like the FurryCon, the one that show up on TV. MFF. Because I think like the city it's set in Pittsburgh, like really actually like appreciate the furry fandom. They changed the street name for like that whole weekend to like freaking Furry Avenue or whatever.
Oh wow!
And everything around it, everything like the shop around it, like they are so accustomed to furry coming in there. They changed like their sign and their whole marketing, and like they have like specific deal for like the FurCon, and it feel really surreal, basically.
That's amazing, dude. We gotta go together someday.
Yeah, we would. Yeah. And I'm aiming to try out MFF. That's another flagship one, but I feel like MNF and FWA are like, since it's not like in the spotlight too much, they have more leeway to do like more out there stuff. And MFF
is still pretty big though, I would say.
It is still
MFF,
pretty big, but AC feel like the face of FurryCon, and so they have to have everything PG, everything have to be like sparkly.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's true. I've never been to either, so like I'm just as like excited. I've only been to TFF. I think I said this on the podcast like several times. Like I think the next con I hit, if I had to go to an American Fur Con, I'm either gonna do one in California, like what's it, like Further Confusion FC, just because it's close. Like it's you just go to like California, you don't have to like transfer planes, so that might be an option. Or I'm gonna do MFF, which is gonna be a little bit harder because it's like really cold, and I don't know if I can get the off days for it. But MFF would definitely be like a year-long project that I have to like save up for and work for, because like, you know, just it's a pretty long flight to get there. You probably have to transfer at least once, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm glad to hear that you have fun. I mean, American cons are something else. They are on their own league, and then like European cons are getting up there. I mean, they're pretty good too. I think EF is like the flagship European con. It's the one where like they start on Wednesday, I think.
Is that
like
the
Wednesday
one in Germany?
Or Tuesday? Yeah. EF is in Germany. Yeah, that one is like, I think it's the biggest European FurCon. It's like their version of like AC. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's like the biggest one in all of Europe, and it's, you know, Germany's like centrally located, so you have people from like Sweden, England, France, and like Poland. You know, so it's like it's it's relatively easy for those guys to like go and meet up in Germany as like a central location, I guess.
That's really cool. Yeah, I heard about it.
I'm interested in doing that. EF's, I mean, it's expensive as hell, apparently. Again, that would be like a year-long project of saving up money and saving up the off time, but it's like one of those, like, you got to do it once in your life kind of things. I don't know if I would do that every single year, but EF, like, once in your lifetime, like, then I'd probably be happy. Yeah. Even the Taiwanese furries here, they like it. Like the con chair JC, that was like his favorite fur con, and he's like, yeah, like I like that. He likes like EF more than all the American cons, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to JC, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to our next section. We're reaching the end of our episode here. Thank you for being with us this far, Pop. This is the I think Kofu made a joke in one of the episodes, the one he came back where he's like, "Did you steal this question from an interview question?" I was like, "Yeah, maybe." Well, because the question we have is like, you know, where do you see yourself in the next few years? I mean, you mentioned that, you know, you want to go back to the US and you're not sure, but like, what do you think that for the next 3 years, like, what is the plan? If you can, you know, think that far.
Why you think like a young-blooded like
Donkey.
Like yeah, teenage, like I mean not teenagers anymore. Like a young adult can't think too far in the future, huh? We live in the present, YOLO.
Yes, you're right.
So for the next 3 years, I will try and attempt to go back to the US. We'll see how that go. Not ready to settle down just yet. No wife in the distant future. Definitely not kids.
Yeah.
Just wanna.
You're a little bit too young for that. I'm at that age, but you're not there yet.
I would just like a stable job somewhere.
Yeah.
I
mean, if you got like a job that's like animation or art related in the US, like what if it was just like a job at Walmart or something? Would you take that, or would you say no, like that's not worth my time, even if it would get you to the US?
I don't think that would really benefit me in any way. Taking a job like that, it would not like grow me. I guess even if it got you to the US, and even if it's like higher paying than like an average Vietnamese job, you think it's like it's not worth it. It might be like a higher average pay for a Vietnamese job, but if I'm living in the US, that's like way higher living costs.
Yeah. So you think it'll balance out?
Yeah, it would 100% balance out. But I
guess the main point is like there's no growth.
There is no growth, but maybe like an experience working a the minimum wage like worker job would be somewhat of an experience, but I don't think it will give me any leeway to get into the US.
So really you would have to get like an art related or animation related job. Like that's like the only thing that you would take at this point.
Or marry someone.
Yeah, which could be a thing. I mean, you could always go down the marriage option.
3 years, I don't think I can think that far ahead. It's really vague. I'm in a really weird spot right now. Maybe this will be a good second part after when I hit like 25. I will hit you back up.
Yeah, I think that you just got your bachelor's, like what was it, like last year, was it?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you are at a stage where, in my opinion, you're very much like how I was when I got my bachelor's when I was like 22, I think. And it's like there's just like the world was my oyster, and there's like a lot of possibilities. I definitely don't think you should rush these things, and I would definitely take time to think about what you want to do. My gut feeling is that you really want to go back to the US, and I feel like a lot of us want you to, you know, to be happy. It sucks that if you leave Vietnam too soon, then it's going to be harder to meet you. But I think that, you know, if America is where your heart is at, you know, keep making connections, you know, keep doing your thing. I don't know how to break into your industry because I'm not in your industry, but like if that really is your goal, I really hope that you'll eventually be able to get back to America.
Yeah, I think America, there's not really a future for me with my degree here in Vietnam so far at this point in time. Maybe in the next 10 years. But yeah, you know, I'm in a really I'm in the spot where you be like, okay, now what? I have no school to go through. I have not really any like solid have to obligation right now. So it's a really I have to. I am just thinking to pick a commitment, which is really hard. It's kind of weird.
I think because like, well, I mean, at least in the meantime, you've been doing like commissions though, if I'm not mistaken, because like you're not just like
Yeah.
sitting around doing nothing. You are doing art. You are making money, and you know you're probably. I mean, I'm just gonna go out and live in that you probably charge like American prices, so you're probably making like decent money compared to the average Vietnamese person, right?
Yeah. My prices are, since it started out in the U.S. and it's based in the U.S. All my audience
Yeah.
and like commissioner are mostly U.S. based, so I charge normal like rate. Cause when I really do commission like for real, like actually serious to get money to go to the con, I would have to charge like a good price. Cause going to con in
Right.
the U.S. is insanely expensive. What?
Yeah. Agreed. It's just how it is. I mean, and of course, like you know, some people are
$80
suspiciously
tickets?
which.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is how it is. Yeah, that is the price of it. It is something that even if like you make more money in the U.S. and we've talked about this before on the podcast, and we talked about it in this episode. Like even if you make more money in the U.S., like the cost of living is also higher. So like you still have to save up your money, and you still have to be like you still have to have a budget.
True. Yeah. There's pros and cons to every country.
Okay, yeah. We really just have, one last question. I also just want to say thank you for, being on the podcast, and really hope that you can get back to the US. The last question of this episode is, how will you stop global warming? This is by Newell. Let's flash his, question on the screen. Nule. His question is, how will you stop global warming?
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. Honestly, my heart breaks to see how nature going through a lot of problems, and it's due to our irresponsible behavior. I totally feel like this is the time to take action, because action could either kill or save natures. Prevent and protect. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Pop. Thank you.
And we had like.
Thank you for the question, Newell. I was like, dude, you sound like a Vietnamese twin. That's all I gotta say. You knew I was gonna say. I said it like 3 times to you already, but
I'm Miss Universe. I'm going for the Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Burger! Can you?
I could tell.
Can you add like Miss Universe music when I said that, and then clapping
like
after that?
Yeah, let's put like footage of Miss Universe. Like hopefully it's not copyrighted. Just have footage, and we can like. We'll like Photoshop his face on a Miss Universe or something.
I have like the YouTube video. I literally just like said what she said.
Yeah, we can send it to us in the Telegram. All right. That is it for the episode. Our last segment is the social media shout out. Basically we just want you to tell us where we can find you, and if you can spell out like your username and handles, like tell us your Twitter, tell us your Blue Sky, tell us your Facebook. So go ahead.
You can find me anywhere, like on Twitter, on Instagram, under your bed, in your closet, in your mom house, anywhere, your nearest theater. It's all under Pop2 Hot, PLP2 HOT, 2Z if you follow me on my Twitter, and 3Z if you follow me on my Instagram. Pop2 Hot on Instagram is kind of dead, because it's where I post commission mostly. So if you want to follow like my side account, which I post more and more active, is Pop2 Tarts, like Pop Tarts. It's Pop Tarts, but with the number 2 in the middle, and with a Z at the end.
Okay, gotcha.
I have a brand to keep up, right?
But so like, what happened to the Pop2 Hot like Instagram then?
Pop2 Hot was like my main Instagram. Like that's where I started off. Like that's my first social media account. It's Instagram. What a bad place to start. Like literally, that place hate artists. I started so like when I start posting sketchier stuff, I feel like when I post it on Twitter, I don't feel like as ruined as like it like ruin like the whole aesthetic as on Instagram. Cause so I move all of the sketches to Pop2 Tart. So the Pop2 Hots can be like.
Wait, spell that again? Like Pop2 TA what?
TART with a Z. Did you find it?
Tarts. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I move all the sketches. So I only leave like the clean finished piece on the main, which I don't have a lot now since
Interesting.
only the commission are the clean finished piece.
That's Pop Too Hot, right? Pop Too Hot is
Pop
like,
Too Hot.
and then Pop Too Tarts is where you do everything else.
Yeah, it's where like dumb sketches, funny animation, cool sketches. That's where that.
So you're really mainly active on Instagram and Twitter.
Mainly, yep. So far.
Sure.
For now. Do people get part 2 after 5 years?
We shall see. Well, Kofu came back because, that was a 3-year break, but all right. We will flash those Twitters and those other social media links on the screen. Thank you again, Pop, for being on the podcast and being a very lively guest. For being our 6th Vietnamese furry.
Yeah.
Again, we will see you in I'll see you in like a month and a half, I guess. Which is gonna come up really, really soon, I think. And I'll see Peach as well, because I guess again, you heard it here, folks. Me, Peach, and Papa are going to Thaitails. So hopefully we don't get killed. Hopefully we can smoke some weed. I mean, and it may or may not be banned by that point. Who knows? Because they might want to ban it. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can I do like the little YouTube outro stuff where like make sure you guys to go follow this podcast and smash that like button and follow us right here, and here. All right.
Yes, thank you so much. I was gonna say man, I hope you guys can catch us at Thaitails, but I think this episode's gonna come after that. So Thaitails will probably be like a memory for us. So, all right. Okay, thank you so much. This has been your host of the Fox and Burger podcast, Michael the Macho Fox.
And this is Pop from Pop Too Hot, your favorite Miss Universe.
And we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.